Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hari ini kita ketemu di kelas writing, dan kebetulan writing kita kelasnya adalah writing 3 atau it's so called genre-based writing. Gambarannya kalau Anda menulis genre atau modern genre gitu ya, itu kita minta Anda untuk to visualize that it's like eating a burger. If you see a burger, then you have the topping and then the inside, and also the basis. That's the visualizations of writing essay, or in your case, genre. Jadi untuk tulisan Anda yang model genre ini, itu nanti akan ada yang namanya introduction paragraph. Kemudian yang kedua itu body. Body berarti nanti ada paragraf-paragraf di sana. Dan saya harapannya di genre based ini at least your essay contain 2 paragraph for the body. Jadi di bodinya nanti ada 2 paragraf. Dan terakhir you close your essay with closing paragraph. Gitu ya. Itu harapannya di kelas genre. At least you can write 4 paragraphs containing introduction paragraph, and then 2 paragraph for the body, and then closing with closing paragraph. Dan logikanya adalah when you are now in essay in writing 3 class, you have mastered writing 1 and writing 2 about writing sentence and writing paragraph, and now you are enter the bigger picture of writing into at least 4 paragraphs for your essay. I hope you can write more than that. And then what we discussed today, we may have a bit of flashback of your material about the nature of writing, about complex process, about challenge strategies, and also scaffolding. Last we come to the understanding discourse and genre and types of genre, and that's the main point. The last 2 topic of discussion is our main point of our material today. I need to make a flashback because you may a bit forgot about what you have learned before, so I try to recall your memory about writing and the stuff. Alright, if you come to the nature of writing, you will find that it's about repetitive stages, or we call it a recursive process, a process of discovering meaning through several repetitive stages. So if you find writing sentences, you have to write, and then you have to revise, and then you have to send again the draft. It happens again in your writing paragraph, and now you have longer sentences, longer paragraphs, and then compile into one piece of writing. So I believe you will have more repetitive stages or recursive process. I mean, you must be accustomed with such process. You must be get used to it. There is nothing perfect. A good writing without drafting, without get through the process. So when you have a problem, something mixing complex thing in your mind, confusing doing the revision, so I believe it's part of the learning. So I think you have to get used to it, of these repetitive stages. Jadi tidak boleh kemudian kita menulis sekali kemudian berharap. But I think it's also possible. You write and then there is no revisions, but normally we discuss something in normal conditions. You may write something, your first draft, and then get the revisions, and then editing, and then come to the next draft, and at last you will find your masterpiece. That's what we call repetitive stages. And then the highest level of writing is this one. Writing better. So you can write and then revise on your own. You realize the mistake, and then you can revise by yourself. That's the stages of write better. But before you come to this stage, this level, you must start from the writing easier, and then writing more, and then writing differently, and then at last you will find yourself to be a good writer. So I suggest, I advise you to get through the process on your own pace, of course. You can be fast, you can be slow, or can be moderate, depends on your skill and your knowledge. Writing easier means you just write anything in your mind into piece of paper or into your document. Just write whatever you want, whatever in your mind, even you don't know the language, even it may have problems with grammar and structure. Just jot down in your document, just write down in your paper, and that's what we call writing easier. You don't have to think many things about vocabulary, about grammar, about structure, about cohesiveness, about coherence. We don't have to think about it. Just write down what is in your mind. It can be in English directly, it can be in Indonesian, or it can be mixed. And then writing more is the practice of writing frequently. Normally we write if we want, but if we want to be a good writer, we should write more than our habitual. So we can write daily, we can write 2 times a week. Just increase the frequency of your writing activity, and that's what we call writing more. More in terms of frequency, or more in terms of number of words. So if you are fluent in writing sentence, then comes to the level of writing more. Then after that, if you can writing more, you have a habit of writing more, then you may come to the stage of the level of writing differently. Jadi mungkin dari Anda pernah membaca tulisan-tulisan orang yang kalau dibaca kita tahu siapa penulisnya itu. It has specific characteristics, specific sense of language. specific tension, styles, and that's what we call writing differently. Jadi saat kita membaca tulisan orang, itu saya tahu ini tulisan si A, tulisan si B, tulisan si C. Why? Because it has special characteristic. It has special style in the writing. And at last you will be a better writer in this stage. And this the nature of writing, so get used to it. If you have a mix in your mind during the semester, I believe that's part of learning. And it's like my saying, adanya hanya belajar atau sukses. If you come to these repetitive stages, if you make lots of mistakes, and that's part of the learning. At last, we do hope after this semester you will come to this stage to be a better writer. After you get through the level of writing differently, writing more, and writing easier. All right. And then you may have these challenges during the semester. You may have 5 challenges. The first one is complex process. This is like what I have explained before, that as part of the nature of writing, it's a repetitive process. So if you have a complex things in your mind, complex thing in the consultation, so that's part of the challenges that you have known before. And then number 2 is anxiety and panic. So I suggest you to deal with your assignment of writing before the deadline, because writing is part of the creative thinking, creative activities. It requires happiness, it requires comfort. So if you have such condition, anxiety and panic, it won't drive your creativity and you cannot make your writing better. All right. And then number 3, time constraint. You may have also this challenge. So it's like my suggestion in number 2. Please do it in your time management. Number 4 and 5, it relates to your knowledge. It's about grammar and vocabulary. You may have these issues, the grammar. When you have this challenge, I suggest you to reopen your grammar books, to reopen your dictionary to encounter this challenge. Okay. And this is the complex process in writing, like I've said before, as part of your challenge. In the process of writing, you may have problem in planning, and that's in my experience, this is the most difficult part in writing, because planning, it's like drawing the picture, the big picture of the writing. So you have to define what you have to write. If we don't have the background information, if we haven't read many resources, books, and references, we will have a problem in planning. We cannot define the topic, the title, the audience, and the purpose. Yeah, it's like writing thesis or your graduating paper. That's why you need to discuss with your academic advisors who has more experience and reference. Or you can discuss with your friend who has more experience about the topics. And then number 2 is pre-writing, or we call it outlining. So we decide what we want to write. That's the complex process. And then number 2 is drafting. Drafting means developing paragraphs. So you have the outline. Outlining, it's like making the topic sentence. So you have defined the topic sentence, and then after that you comes to the drafting process, developing your topic sentence, and then developing the paragraph by adding these supporting sentences. First, you start the paragraph with a topic sentence, and then after that you add the supporting sentence, such as references, such as examples, such as the details, informations that you're drafting. And then number 4, this is the nature of process of writing, the recursive, the repetitive. So you will come to the editing and revising. Sometimes we just need one process of editing or revising, but some of you may have 2 or 3 or even more process of editing and revising, including content, structure, grammar, mechanics. Mechanics means full stop, comma, colon, semicolon, and so etc. And then number 5, you may need proving. Mostly it works on thesis. So but in your case, for this case, I believe you can prove by yourself, because it just contains at least 4 paragraphs. Proving means asking help from expert of language to check whether your sentence, the connections, the cohesiveness is understandable by the reader. That's the meaning of proofing. And then number 6, publishing. Publishing, in your case, you have to submit your assignment. That's publishing. And number 7, sometimes even you have publishing, like article in blogs, you still need to going back and forth to recheck. Right? That's the complex process in writing. And then the strategies, I suggest you 4 strategies. The first one is quick writing. It's like the first level of writing, writing easy. So you just need to put everything from your mind into the document or into a piece of paper. You don't have to consider about the grammar, structure, vocabulary, mechanics, language. Just put what is in your mind in the document, type it or write it in your paper. Why? Because you can edit later. Number 2, frequent writing. You need to improve the frequency of your writing. You can start, if you don't deal with the assignment in this course, you can write in your status, in your updates of your social media in English. So put the English and then the translations to improve your frequent writing. Or even if you dare enough, you can try to write in blogs in English, or write in Jakarta Post, or write in newspaper, local, national newspaper in Indonesia, to improve the frequency of writing. And then number 4, you can use the dictionary. It can be the printed dictionary, or online, or something that has been installed in your computer. So please use dictionary to improve the dictions, the quality of the dictions. And then number 4 is reading practice. Like what I've said before, in the process of planning and outlining, it requires experience and also reference. The most important strategies is reading. So when you have lots of background of knowledge, then you can easily to make the planning and outlining. For the drafting, you can read more related topics. Jadi dengan model drafting begitu, dengan Anda siap di planning dan juga di outlining, di drafting itu Anda mencari bukunya lebih gampang. So you can you just need to find the book relate to the topics. You don't have to read all of the reference, or you just come randomly pick up the books and read all the books, because that will be cumbersome. That will be hard enough for you. It's better to read the books related to the outline and your planning. But again, you can plan and outline, make a good outline if you have adequate and quite enough reference. That's why you need to have this habit, to have the activity of reading practice. And then at this moment you will come to the third stage. At this one, this is what will you do in writing 3. At least you have to write 500 words. You have deal with it in your writing sentence, a set of approximately 15 words. So normally a sentence contains 11 to 15 words. And then you have also deal with it, writing paragraph in writing 2, a set of approximately 75 to maximum 150 words. And now you have this one, writing genre based writing. It's like a short essay contains 500 words at least, up to 1500 words. And if we generalize, one paragraph contains of this one 150 words. It means, like what I've said before, you must write at least 4 paragraphs. The first one is the introduction paragraph, 150 words, and then 2 paragraphs for the body, 3, it means 150, and then 4 is the closing paragraph, at least 150 words. So in total we have around this 5 to 600 words. For the longer essay, like journals or articles of blogs or newspaper, you may explore yourself. And then for your thesis, it contains around 10,000 words, until if you want to pursue your post or graduate school, you may have this one, 3,500 words. All right. So, now I need you to focus on this stage, short essay, because this is the most typical number of words in genre-based writing, around 500-600 words. And then if we come to the writing 3, we have discourse and genre. Discourse means the use of words to exchange thoughts and ideas. That's the literal meaning of discourse. So if you use the words and then it represent it decode your mind, encode your mind. That's what we call discourse. And then genre means a particular type or category of literature of art. Talking about genre, it's like talking about the purpose of writing. If we want to tell the story of our life narratively based on the timeline, and then there is no complexity, then we use the narrative. And that's the definitions, the sample of the definition of genre. If we write something to persuade people, at the end of the writing we want people to do something or to act in a different way to follow our ideas, it means the purpose of our writing is persuasive, and that's the symbol of genre. All right. We have some types of genre, starting from narrative, descriptive, recount, report, procedure, analytical, news item, explanation, discussion, review, and short functions. We may not practice all of them because the limited of time, but we just need to take some of them, like narrative and recount. We may take one of them because it's like it's a bit similar between narrative and recount. It just have slightly different, so we just need to take one of them, either narrative or recount. And also the other types, so we just need to take one of the most used types of genre. All right. I need to confirm that your class is product based, so you just need to submit the assignment of your writing, and then and sometime I will call you to have conference, so I can give one or two of your writing for the feedback. I may not give all of the feedback, but I try. But again, we may not take all of this type to be your assignment. We just need to take one or between the typical types like narrative and recount. All right, like report and news item, for example. Okay. After this, for the assignment, I will post in our group. So if you have any questions, comment and opinion, please post in our group or under this video, or by personal message. All right. Thank you for your attention, and I'll see you in the next class. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.